So after a long time, we'll come up with another video, and basically, especially for those person who give me some support and write some comment which I didn't expect. So after a long time, I'll come with another animation video, which is just dotted videos, dotted animated videos. That is this you can see the dots are moving, and with the movement of these dots are its colors are a little bit changing. So you can closely see here the dots are come up with the blue color, and then it's become white, and after the white it goes with the red, and when it hit the css or the html, it will change the color. So I'll teach you how to do it in today's video. And this is a very long video because in this video I try to teach you in a very detailed way. If you don't like in detailed videos, I'll make it short, no problem. So let's start the video.
Class loader, and under this div we will create some span, actually four span. Style sheets and CDN code. This is a simple things, you should do it before you class called loader. So as a rule of dot and then loader, because this if we use class, we should use dot and then do our work. So position absolute top, let's say 50%, and then width 70 pixel, height 10 pixel, and text align at the center. Text align is a thing that if you create a div and under this div if there is a text or a span or any kind of thing, it will work middle of that div. So this is the main purpose of our text align. And left 85, let's say 50%. Background 40, RGB 20, 17, 70. This is your wish, what kind of color you want to do. And so this is the div that we created with the width and height, width of 70 pixel and height of 10 pixel, and with the 50% of left side. So this is the basic div we'll create. So now we'll work with those span. So now dot loader span is some of width 10 pixel, height 10 pixel, display inline block, animation. So rule of animation, you should set a name called animate animate one. This is anything you can wish for. You'll set your name. So this is a name that I use is animate one. Whatever you want to use, you just use. And then after the name, you should display the time. So I use the time as a 3 second, and then the linear infinite. So first of all the name, then the time of duration of animation, and then what kind of animation, like a linear or others, and then infinite. Is infinite means there is no stoppage for the animations. So when you put the infinite, there that means that animation goes for infinite time. You should go for the positions like absolute and left with 0% and border radius. Border radius is 50%. So why I do those things like a position absolute, left 0% and border radius. If you see here, so this is a div. If 0% means this side. So when any animation starts, it should starts from here and goes to there. So 0% and that is 100%. So left side is a 0% and right side is 100% thing. And then I use border radius, which is 50%. That means if anything under those span or under this deep, it will goes like a circular, like a ball, like a point. So that's why I use radius is a 50%. So, so in this is the part of animation as we know. And then after this keyframes, we use the name, that is animated one. And the trick, the whole technique and the whole trick is to start from here. So at the 0%, which means the left side, so at the 0%, we transform say translates 0 pixel. Copy this, transform translates to 66%, 66 pixels. So if you of the inside of the span, it should be the color is, you can choose any color. I have my own version. So after do this part, what we'll get this thing. So what I do here a little bit, that is inside of that div with the span, I create four span, and those four spans will be a four dot that will be moving from this side to this side. You can say from left side to right side. So those four span is work as a dot. That's why I use border radius 50 and this color. So as a rule of animation, we use keyframes. So keyframes identifier and the name as a, sorry, and as a rules of animation, the keyframes and the name will be our animation name. Where is the animation name? That is our animation name. So copy this and paste it here. And the main technique is just started from here. So we use transform, which is trans translates 0 pixel means we didn't use that 0%. Now we will use a 50% and the translux will be, let's say, 66 pixels. So what I did here, those four dots, those dots, so I need to move it from left to right side. So when I use animations a keyframe, so from 0%, this is a 0%, this is a 100%, so it goes from left to right side. Translates, this means x axis, it will go from 0% to 66 pixels, from 0 pixels to goes 66 pixels. That is how it works. So, and we use infinite, so it never will stop. And the basic rules is when we use 100%, this animations will go stop there. So we still not use this 100% in here in keyframes. So this animation goes 0% to 55 pixels and then come at 0 pixel and then goes for 55 pixels. So we need to declare it, completely, like 60% and 100%. So for 60%, I can say those translates will be for maximum of 80 or 84 pixels, whatever you want to say, and there will be 100 pixels. So now this thing stops in 100% and never come back to 0%. This is the basic rule or basic rules of for animations. Now we did a little bit trick for those spans, for this four spans. So we have four span over here, so we should work with the first span. So we should use those loader as an span because n child number of 1. Meaning of loader span and n child number 1, that is, in here the class name is loader, and then under this loader we have a span. So we have a 4 span, so this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is 3, and this is a 4. So this is a child. We use the child, so this is a parent, you can call it a parent. So the parent name is loader, yes, and we use span. Here is the spans, so we use parent of loader and span and the number 1 span. So this is how we should call the child in many spans or many divs. So there is a loader span slash or whatever you say to this thing, and then in child number 1. So inside we did this simply animation delay on it, nothing to do, just animation delay of let's say 1.2 second. So what will happen here if I do a little bit animation delay? You can see there is already a second span coming. Actually there is a 4 span is already together, but we didn't use any kind of animation delay. That's why it's look like a 1 going or 2 going, but there is still a 4 span on there. So if we did the same thing with the, we can say, the second child, then what will happen? And if we delay it little bit, like, can say how much 0.8 second, then what will happen? So there is a 3 now, and there is still another span on there. as a child of number 3, so it will be a 0.4 second. So what will happen here, that is, now this all goes like a 4 dots. So this is how a simple animation will work. We little bit design the body, so it's look fake. So body, this background color of what we will do, RGB, change it little bit like 8, 4, 4, and then margin will be 0%, and padding also 0%, and we use overflow will be hidden. Design it looks something like that. Thing is, in 100% we already seen those dots. This is a problem, this is a hamper through our animation. So what we will do, we have to be a little bit clever. So we change the background color for 60% and also for 80%. That will be transparent. That means those dots are not visible in 60% and 100%. Another background color, those are transparent. That's all. So if we do that, look what happened. So in 60 and 100% it's go like invisible. The animation is still going there, the dots are still in here, but in 60 and 100% it's going like a vanished. And as I told you before, that we'll create that part. So we done half of part, and this half of part is need to be built, and this part also. So for that part we work a little bit, but we work the same thing. So if you understand the technique and the cleverness, this is the same thing. So we'll copy that in HTML pages. This is HTML pages. This is the basics. So you didn't write it in a CSS page. This is HTML page. Sorry, this is HTML page and this is CSS page. So don't write the HTML basics on the CSS style sheets. So in we have to change the name. So let's say yellow. I don't know what is the meaning of yellow. So this is yellow, and the basics are forest pen and basic things. So we need to modify it in here. So we should copy the main loader. Actually, what is a loader and what is a loader span? That is a, if we look up here, the body, you know, that body, look, a blackish body is a loader, and inside that 4 dots and everything is a loader span. So that's why we use first of all loader, and you know make it with height and those RGB color, and then we work with the loader span which is under of that span and make it a border radius, so look like as a dots on these things. That's why, as we change the name first, things first, and then position absolute, these things are same, top same, with height, little bit need to be a little bit changes, like we should go for top 65.3% maybe, and then width, so 200 pixels, height 10 pixels, text align center as usual, and left will be just left is a little bit different from the previous one. We should use here 625 pixels or 665 pixels, whatever you need. Those things are really dependent on you, not anything. And the background color is the same. We use transform, rotate 90 degree. I think you had idea that why I use this transform 90 degree, because that is a vertical, so that thing is vertical, and I change it to 90 degree and it becomes, this 90 degree thing. So basically I cannot explain in a very good way. I think my language little bit problematic maybe. So after doing that, I already create one part. It's maybe visible here, maybe. Yeah, so that's why I use a 90 degree. If I don't use this 90 degree thing, let's call it 10 degree, then what will happen? So if I will use 10 degree, it will be a 10 degree in that way. So that's why I use 90 degree to make it perfectly. Yeah, okay, done. And then again the loader span, because we also have span for second part also. So I'll change the name as a lower span, and then change the width 10 pixel, height 10 pixel, display inline block, obviously animation. We need to change the animation name. So let's say animate 2, not nothing much. 3 second, linear and infinite, basic position absolute, border is just 50%, and left will be mine. We should change the left to minus 20 pixel. Why minus? I'll told you. Left, for that we use left 0%, because that animation starts from here. So let's start this. Left is here, right is here, because we use transform 90 degrees, so it's look like an ups and down, but it is not a something like a ups and down. So left is started from this side and right is this side. So left minus 20 pixels means that thing is situated in this part, which I need, like here. So this is the meaning of left minus 20 pixel, because this is a part of animation. You will get it why I'll do that. So you need to the basic animation things, copy the everything, and then come up here, change the name for animation 2, and we also change these things like trans. So I use left minus 20 pixel. That means if these dots need to come down, so it will get minus 10, then 0, then plus 20, then plus 30, then 100%. So we use minus 10 pixel, and what will happen? This is the thing will happen. Just stop those transparent thing for now, because it will help to explain the whole thing. With everything of this transfer, that is for 0 to say 45%, it will goes for same minus 10 pixel, and for 50%, or let's say 55%, it will goes for minus 1 pixel. everything is minus in minus y. The main reason is this dot is over here and this dot is come from here. So we need in minus 20, minus 10 and then minus 1, and for 100% we use 200 pixel. So what will happen? This come from minus 10, minus 20 and then all the way down to 200%, not even 100, 200%. So there is nothing. So now what we'll have to do, what we want to do, that is hide this thing to make the transformations better. So background color for first minus part, that will be as usual. So what will happen now? This thing I have to do the same thing for this side also. So now this goes vanished. This just become a vanished, but still it comes from this part, which is not goes or look good animation thing. So we have to make it little bit smooth thing. So we need to change the background color for -1 pixel. That is the same background color we have for the body. This is the same background color we have for the body. So now what will happen? It just vanished and start from this person, and it's look like a one piece animation. So what will happen? I use a minus 20 pixel which is here, then 10 pixel which is here, and -1 which is here. So for 20 and 10 it's transparent, and for -1 I use that same as this background color. So this dot is already here, but for the background color we can see it, and when it come in after -1 pixel, which means 0, it's suddenly look visible to us, so a bit more clearly. So this what will happen, it's already in there, and you can see it because of that background of a background color of a body. So that is the basic, that is the most creative thing. Maybe not, I don't know. So now we have to change the background color of 100% also. That will be background color is the same as the color of the div or span or whatever you want. So now what will happen? It goes all the way to 0% to 100%. So people had no idea how it will work. This is how it will work. Simple. So like, so it's time to call its childs. So in the same way, as to copy those, paste it under or before with timely. I think that will be goes for one still. Oh, because we didn't change the name. This is not a loaded span. The parent name of those childs are hello, low. So we should change the name and everything. Let's see what will happen. So these things are already there. There is a phone now. So now what we want to do, or what we have to do, that is maintain those timings, set those timing perfectly, and our animation is ready. So for spans, animation delay will be goes 0.6 seconds, and for the second one it will be 0.4 seconds, and the last one 0.2 seconds. So let's see what will happen now.
So this is how the animation smoothly. There is a third. This was, oh, we need a fourth pen also. Child, we need to use no second. So let's see what will happen. So it's already is it. So now the animation is going perfectly. But the problem is when you start, we already see our dots here. So you should change the problem. That is, you should change the color of span for the second one. That is also like a background color. And now boom, the basics are going there. So animation is already happened there. So everything is going visible, invisible, and everything is for that thing. So if we cancel a background color here, let's see what will happen. So this is the actually what happened when things are already there. The things are already moving, but we cannot see because of one thing, that is the same background color, and we change the color when it come into the box. When it comes to this part, we change the color with the help of animation on the percentage. So when it come to 100%, it change the color, but when it's a 55%, it's at the same color as the background. So this is how it goes. This is how the basics work. So so the last part is this part. So when it's come down and this HTML logo shine, so how we will do it, that is goes first thing first, that is the HTML part. So we should write a div class. What should we say? The class name will be HTML in a bold letter. I don't know why I use bold letter. And inside of this, so in a bold we said HTML. So if I write it, it will happen somewhere to written in HTML thing, and then we use style sheet to make it stylish, and that is dot html, and then position. I should copy it from this thing. It will help me to reduce typing, to reduce my time. Copy this. So what about the positions? The positions must be fixed here. So the position must be fixed here, and for the top, I will use 81%. For the width, it will be 80 pixel. This is the basic size. Whatever size you want to use, you just use 20, 30, 40, whatever you want to do. The background text align must be in center. 665. So use it like a 765. And transform rotate. We don't need. We don't need this thing. Transform rotate. This, and there is also need a little bit of animation things. So where is the animation part? I need to copy it. I'm a little bit lazy person. I don't like to write same thing. So background color is as same as we have, and the animation. So let's say it animate 3 3 second linear infinite as same. Now copy it again. Keyframes. So it will be animate 3. So or 0% color. So what will happen here? No, it doesn't. It didn't match. It's need to be goes for left little bit. So we use
72 pixel. We reduce the left side, and it comes perfectly in the middle side. And whatever happen in here, the HTML logo shines and it's off. That because of we start 0, as I say that it's start point is 0 and ending point is 100. So I'm not use the 100 part because it needs to be continually glow and off automatically. So if animation delay is important thing, always animation. So you have to match the timings. So this is the, you know, basics whatever I want. So for a smooth animation you have to maintain the timing, you have to maintain the animation delay, and you have to maintain the size. So go for a little bit of left, little bit of top, a little bit right, and make it completely smoother animation. So this is all for today. This is a very long video, very long video, and I'm sorry for that. So this is the part. In next video, in part 2, I will teach you that how you can make this kind of animations where the colors are changed. So hopefully you like these videos, and very thank you to all who responds me, and thanks for your time.